I've been going to the gym. It's finally cold enough in Brisbane to start wearing hoodies and sweatshirts sometimes. Today it is so gloomy and rainy, which is perfect reading weather, but awful I need to be productive weather. So hence why I am filming this instead of doing actual work that I probably should be doing. But I'm just happy to be here talking to you guys. I don't film TBR videos every month, but I'm really excited about the books that I want to read in May. And this pile of books that I have here is definitely quite ambitious, and I don't think I'm gonna get through all of them, but I'm really excited about all of them, so we'll see what happens. I also got my nails done today, and I got them painted orange because I wanted to step out of my comfort zone, and I can't tell if I hate them or not. So if you hate them, please don't tell me because it will make me sad. But anyway, let's talk about some books. I think one of the reasons why I'm so excited about my May TBR is because I feel like I've been having such a great reading month in April. Also, I will be uploading an April wrap up. But right now when I'm filming this, it's still April, so I haven't finished all the books that I want to finish this month. So that is coming. But for now, let's talk about the books that I want to read in May. I have a wide array of books. Let's start off with maybe some romance. This is one that I think I will definitely get to in May. This is Before We Were Strangers by Renee Carlino. This one is a very highly anticipated read for me. I read Swear on This Life by Renee Carlino either at the end of last year or the very beginning of this year, I can't quite remember, and I absolutely loved it. It was a 5-star read for me. I've lent it out to some friends, they've loved it, and I'm excited to get to some of her other books because if I really like this one, which is her more popular novel, I will definitely be trying to get a hold of the rest of her backlist because if this is anything like Swear on This Life, I think Renee Carlino is going to be one of my new favorite authors, so I'm very excited to read this. Another one that's kind of similar is Most of All You by Mia Sheridan. I finally got this in the mail. May I just say the quality of this book sucks. I got it from Amazon, and you know sometimes when you get books you're just like, this is just not it. Like the pages are like Bible paper thin. My camera just ran out of space. Yeah, the pages are really thin. The actual front cover is a little bit like off-centered, like there's a little gap of no graphic on the edge. I don't know if that is making any sense, but it's just not quite it, but that's okay. It's what's on the inside that matters. You guys know that Archer's Voice is my current favorite novel, and from what I've heard, this is next most popular book. I think Archer's Voice is the most popular book of hers from my knowledge. Forgive me if I'm incorrect, but apart from that, this one is the one that I've heard the most about, or at least the most good things about. I haven't heard as good reviews for the rest of her books, so we'll have to kind of see for ourselves. I have one more of hers on my bookshelf that I haven't read, More Than Words I think it's called. Yeah, but yeah, I'm just very, very intrigued. Another one that I'm really looking forward to is Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. I personally love going to books blind, which kind of makes TBR videos a little bit difficult to film because I don't even know what the book's about. If someone that I trust says that they love a book, I will add it to my TBR. And I know this is one of Hayley Pham's favorites, that's why I bought it. But every time I hear someone talking about this book, I literally skip over reviews because that's how much I love going into books blind. And that's what I do with pretty much any book that's on my TBR. If I hear someone talking about a book that I am wanting to read, I will skip over their thoughts apart from just like hearing if it's good or not. I love hearing how books make people feel, but like I don't want to ruin anything. I hate it when people give a synopsis. I feel like some people give too much of a synopsis and it kind of ruins it a little bit. Like for example, Things We Never Got Over is just like all over TikTok, all over YouTube right now. And when I started it, I already knew like a handful of things about it because I'd heard so many people talk about like the synopsis. But like parts of the synopsis are just like kind of fun to figure out, you know? So I have like a love-hate relationship with watching wrap-ups and review videos and stuff because I want to know if a book is worth my time, but I don't want to know anything else about it. And all that to say, I'm excited to read this. And then we have 99% Mine by Sally Thorne. All I know is it's brother's best friend, but I love Sally Thorne's writing. I feel like it's just so digestible. Every time I pick up, I mean, I've read 2 of her books, but both times when I've picked up her books, I just fly through them. I've mentioned this before, I didn't love The Hating Game, but I loved the writing. I just didn't really care about the characters or the storyline very much, but it was very easy to get through. But I loved Second First Impressions. So I know that I love her writing, well, if it's similar to the other books that I've read by her, and I'm excited and very intrigued because I don't hear as much about this one. I feel like you only hear about The Hating Game from her. I haven't heard many things about any of her other books, but I'll let you guys know what I think. I never thought I would say this, but I am slowly becoming a fantasy girly. I have just been loving fantasy lately. It just hits so different. And to be fair, I've only read the Folk of the Air trilogy and almost all of the ACOTAR series right now when I'm filming this. So I mean, I'm not an expert, I haven't read a whole range of things, but I just love fantasy worlds right now. It's just really my vibe. So for May, I'm really hoping to get to both of these. We will see how it goes, because I know that Shadow and Bone isn't people's favorite trilogy, but I really want to get through these and then read the Six of Crows duology, which I already have on my bookshelf as well, but I don't think I'll get to those this month. Those might be on my June TBR, but I need to get through these ones first. I honestly quite enjoyed the first book. Like, it wasn't my favorite ever, but I definitely didn't think it was bad. And again, maybe that's because I haven't read a whole lot of fantasy, so I don't have a lot to compare it to, but I am excited to read these and to see where the story goes. So this is the second book, this is the third one. I definitely want to get to at least this one. Hopefully this one as well though. But apart from those, the other fantasy book that I would love to get to is A Court of Silver Flames. I'm sure many of you have heard about it. I'm sure many of you have read it, but it's the only book in the ACOTAR series that I haven't read now. Stay tuned for my wrap up to hear my thoughts on the other books in the series that I read during April. But yeah, A Court of Silver Flames. I haven't got my hands on the physical copy because I don't want to buy the larger paperback when I have all of the other paperbacks in the like standard size. So I'll probably buy the physical copy then, just so it matches the rest of them, but I can borrow it from my library, so I'm hoping I get to that one as well, but it's also so big. So we'll see how I go. But those are my fantasy hopes and dreams for the month of May. I try to read at least one non-fiction book each month, and for May, this is my pick. This is Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. I've heard so much about this. I'm really looking forward to it. I've been really enjoying reading memoirs lately, and I feel like they are often a more easy non-fiction read because they feel a little bit like fiction, because you're still reading a story. Whereas when you're reading more self-helpy types of non-fiction books, which I still do enjoy, they're just not as easy to get through, you know, they're just quite scientific, or I don't know, they just don't flow the same way as storytelling. So I'm really excited to pick this up, but of course I'll give you my updates as I go. Feel free to follow my reading Instagram, which is rach.reads with 2 S's at the end, to keep up to date with what I'm reading in real time, because I often post updates on there. Also, I never fully stick to my TBR, so there are definitely going to be some books that I don't get to, and there'll probably be other books that I didn't mention on this list but I read instead. So to be honest, I don't even know why I make these videos, apart from just to tell you how excited I am about these books, because I never stick to them. Anyway, the last 3 books on my physical TBR, these ones are more hopeful. I would love to get around to them, but at the same time, I understand that I'm being a bit ambitious. So first of all, we have The Summer of Broken Rules, which I've just heard incredible things about. I'm really excited to pick it up. Definitely want to pick this up at some point in the near future. Also, Bunny by Mona Award. I'm so excited to pick this up again, but I feel like I need to be in the mood for this. Kind of fun with my nails though. So again, we'll see if I get to this month, but I just need to be in the mood to read about something a little bit wacky, I think. And then lastly, as you guys know, I'm a mood reader. So if I'm in the mood for a thriller, I would love to pick up The Girl Before by J.P. Delaney. I had a bunch of messages after I uploaded my vlog that included my bookshelf tour. I'll link it down below if you guys want to check out what else is on my bookshelves. A lot of you said that I need to read this. It's really good. You couldn't put it down. So I'm very excited to check it out. I thrifted this, so I need to get into it, but I just need to be in the mood again for a thriller. So we'll see if I pick this up this month. And then as for my Kindle, I have so many options on here, obviously. There are just so many Kindle books that I would love to get through. But at the top of my list at the moment, I would love to read Twisted Love, because obviously that is just such a popular one at the moment. These are all on Kindle Unlimited, if you're wondering. I would also love to get to Marriage for One by Ella Mays. I've read one of her other books and I didn't love it, so I don't know if I'm gonna love that one, but that's also high on my list. And then, I mean, I have so many. I would love to get to a Mariana Zapata book at some point, and so many of hers are on Kindle Unlimited, so we'll see if I get there. There are just so many books I want to read on Kindle Unlimited though, so those are a few at the top of my list. I decided to give myself a little bit of a challenge, if you will, where basically I've told myself that I can't buy any new books until I've got through at least 10 books on my physical TBR. So 10 books that I already own, read through those, then I can buy a new book. And if I do buy a new book, it'll be like one at a time, not like 6 at a time, which I have done in the past, but I have so many gift cards from my birthday, so I've told myself that maybe once I've read 10 books that I already own, I can start making a dent on those. But I need to get through some of these books, otherwise I know I'm not going to get to my current physical TBR because I'll be too excited about the new books. So I'm learning some self-discipline, but we're doing well. In saying that, I started that like a week ago and I've only read one physical book because I've been reading on my Kindle as well. So we'll see how we go. Hopefully we can get through maybe even 10, who knows, during May. But those are all of the books that I have on my TBR for May. Like I've already mentioned to you guys a bunch of times, I never completely follow my TBRs, but I still think it's so fun to hear about someone's reading plans for the next month. And this is definitely very ambitious for me. I don't think I'm gonna get through all of these. Definitely not, but I'm sure I'll update you along the way, and of course in my May wrap up video at the end of the month. But I would love to hear what's on your May TBR. Leave a comment down below, and I guess I'll see you guys in my next video very soon. Goodbye.